Okay, yesterday I talked about starting a new video series. So today what I want to talk to you about is making things a habit. And I've talked about some other videos about food habits and making things into a habit and how it helps create the consistency you need in order to be successful with your program. But what I want to talk about today is people think that habit or that mindset that people have when they're consistently following through with the program is something that they're just born with, or some innate ability that someone has in order to be driven toward their goal, and that it's something that everyone doesn't have and everyone can't get. And you can make things into a habit and start being consistent with your training. You have to, one, know what you need to be working for, and two, you have to start putting things in place in order to make that a habit. And successful people, they don't automatically have all of these habits already formed. They just take the steps in order to make things into a habit. And I've talked a lot about in the programs trying to take things in small, manageable pieces. I talked about that with food. And it should be the same thing with exercise, food, whatever you're trying to make into a habit. It can be work, it can be job related, it can be personal. If you try to do too much, you get overwhelmed and then you get out of the habit of doing the things. And the people that are successful, they do one thing consistently until it becomes a habit. Then they start doing something else that is important until it becomes a habit. And then eventually they have all of these useful habits and all of these successful traits that they have built up through the habits that they have instilled throughout their life. So you should look at that the same way with your fitness. It's really hard to start with 10 different things and be successful with all of them. So pick food, pick exercise, cardio, whatever of the many modalities you want to choose, or the many different aspects of fitness that you want to choose, but you can pick one and just focus on that one thing until you make it a habit, and then you can start choosing something else. So if you want to start exercising, you can get in the habit of that, then start changing your diet, or changing one aspect of your diet until that becomes a habit, and then changing another. So hopefully that helps a little bit, and it will allow you to focus on one thing until it becomes consistent before you move on to something else.